Alrighty, my gamers, ladies and gentlemen, and MBs in the crowd, it is Sunday evening, which means it is time to play some good-ass Guilty Gear. Today's gonna be Strive, and if you're still wondering, you are now watching Bounty Hunters, a first to 7 show match event open to players of all skill levels and regions. I'm QK, your usual host and commentator for the match-ups in this humble little FT7 event, backed up by none other than Space Dust from the Portuguese FGC. Hi, it's been a while.
Hello. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm here ready to keep on rocking, as they say, and just get back into it. Honestly, I've missed this. I'm very happy to be lending my voice once again.
And we got mostly safe and familiar looking roster tonight. We've got, of course, Cassapphic, Baejinmay from UK and Baejinmay Ram from Spain. Those are the two competitors making their debuts on Bounty Hunters this week. But other than that, lots of faces we're used to by now. We've got the Moroccan duo, Afraid Kaz and REDRaven, participating once again this week. REDRaven has been participating much more as of recent, and I'm super happy for that.
Yeah, maybe I'm a bit out of the loop, but I didn't remember seeing them playing Baejinmay. I mean, you'll have to fill me in on the last few weeks.
Yeah,
I was unfortunately unable to catch them while I was away.
I think that is their latest character development, because we of course remember REDRaven from Giovanna for I think the most of Strive's lifespan, and it's been like last couple of weeks that they've come in with Baejinmay instead. So it's looking like a steady character switch for now, without confronting the player themselves.
And I mean, I think we've had a fair share of people here on the show exhibiting some trouble settling on a character, so it's always nice to see someone who seems to be very, just comfortable with their pick and just stick with it and keep growing and improving. And
I mean, Strive is that kind of game where it takes a little less effort to change between characters, so it's almost, whatchamacallit, if it takes a little bit to find the character that you truly enjoy, that character that truly clicks with you, I think it's definitely worth exploring, spending a little bit of time trying to find the one for you.
Yeah, and I think, again, we've definitely seen that. I think that the ease that Strive kind of has on the ability to just pick up and play a character without having to worry that much, so sort of that baseline accessibility helps a lot of people to just understand the overall cast more, and through that also be able to improve their own personal play on their main. Having more knowledge in general of the roster allows you to just formulate better game plans against everyone and just think about it some more.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, I think a common thing with all fighting games, like venturing between characters is never wasted effort. Even if you switch to a different game, accumulating sort of knowledge of a particular character archetype will help you immensely in understanding and picking up that particular archetype in a different game than on a later day. So it all flows into the same core, stash of skills in your brain, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we've got ZoK, we've got Radune, we've got all these classics ready to go. And speaking of ZoK, the first matchup of the day, of today, make no mistake, even though the matches on Bounty Hunters tend to be arranged somewhat in the order of skill tier when applicable, ZoKHiZ is our resident first slot enjoyer, and honestly, many evenings ZoK would be a decent competitor to be on the coveted last quotations main event slot of the evening. So we're starting with a bang tonight.
And it's always good to see kind of ZoK just playing, because I love seeing the way they play, and they're such a calculated player, and I think Nagoriyuki allows a player like that to really shine with, the very controlled nature with which ZoK tends to play neutral and think about the blood meter usage on Nago specifically. So I think it's been suiting them pretty well to the character swap since coming from Leo some months ago, and honestly just continuing to see such a steady growth as a player in controlling Nago has been really cool to see, and so I'm excited for the set.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the character just fits ZoKHiZ pretty well, and it's like, ZoKHiZ is the kind of like, of course ZoKHiZ is my boy, but like it's, you tend to sort of form kind of like relationships with these players that you watch a lot. You watch them grow, you learn their habits, how they play, and you sort of, it's kind of like fine wine. You start to appreciate it even more the more you watch them. And ZoKHiZ, a lot of us have watched ZoKHiZ along the years in many games. But I'm gonna be honest, ZoKHiZ is not the only thing that interests me in this matchup. Your boys stonks, in my books, have been going up recently. I think this, I'm surprised to say it now, but this might be a super close match even.
I mean, and just as we're starting, Urboi's just on not just strike throw pressure, but on the throw pressure here in the corner, keeping ZoKHiZ in, tried to go for the kind of throw tech at the end there, and Urboy is just deciding, no, this time I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna make the grab whiff and end the round. Really dominant first round. I think ZoKHiZ is just gonna need to get used to Urboy's rhythm in pressure, and
yeah, really a testament to how
and just massive.
Yeah, how dominant Giovanna rounds tend to go, but the opposite can happen easily if ZoK manages to take a grasp of the momentum. Oh, keeping it safe. Oh, actually gets the burst there at the end. Very, very nice play from your boy. Especially when you draw closer to that last pixel of health, it gets harder and harder to burst, and your boy was just on top of that burst when ZoKHiZ.
Yeah. And Gio has quite a few opportunities to bait burst, especially if you play a little more conservative. You can create opportunities even with jump cancels and other kinds of just patient play.
Yeah.
To bait that burst. Now, really solid punish on the whiff 2H there from your boy, going for the dive kick super, getting the heavy knockdown and starting to apply some pressure.
Alright, finally ZoKHiZ gets their first hit in, but just like that,
solid jump
boy.
Over.
Wow, just moving so fast into the commanding position, back in there. Oh, ready to DP.
Solid DP, sending ZoKHiZ back to the corner. This might just kill. Oh.
Oh,
it still kills. I was just wondering, like, with the RC, is it still going to kill? But it did end up being enough.
Interestingly,
on the offense.
Oh.
Finds a hit with a close slash, solid amount of damage.
Oh, what an escape!
Your boy running under. Gio's really fast dash is so good in situations like that. You find a gap and suddenly you can just be out of the danger zone. Once again on the whiff 2S this time. Gets a dive kick super and it's gonna run in for more pressure. ZoKHiZ has to hold it for a bit and find the gap.
Wow!
An aggressive burst. The invincible super to go through the 6H.
That kind of blows my mind. Often in that kind of situations you wonder, was that a misimp, the gold burst frame trap from your boy? But it seemed to flow perfectly, so I think that might have just been a 200 IQ read there. Yeah,
and I mean it's pretty good because anything that ZoKHiZ would try to do that wouldn't be just holding back, would have just been caught out by the gold burst. So it's just a response of knowing I'm leaving a gap here. This is the end of my pressure sequence, so I'm just gonna go for the gold burst. And if my opponent, recognizes the end of pressure and tries to do anything, they're just gonna give me a lot of meter.
All right, quick 2-0 for your boy ZoKHiZ, of course, a player who's capable of collecting data pretty fast, but let's see what the two first games have, if they've given some sort of epiphany here for Zok.
Yeah, sometimes you can have the data, but just, not yet be ready to deal with the situation itself and not really know what the response is going to be. Solid jump kick from ZoKHiZ after the gold burst escape from your boy.
Yeah, this is the
breaking the wall with
stuff.
super. This is gonna do so much damage. ZoKHiZ is gonna be at 0 blood with a heavy knockdown. They can just do anything off of this reset.
Oh, I think ZoKHiZ didn't press a button there. Fast RC.
Yeah, the 100 meter from that gold burst allows Urboiagain to just make that safe, and then he goes for pressure, catches the backdash, and he's gonna break the wall back, just sending us back to where the game started.
Oh, tried to go for an air throw, getting punished by it. The cross up.
Oh, the Beyblade finds a hit. This can just kill.
Just before the burst was coming back. That. Oh.
No, it's still going.
I wonder if there was
over.
I wonder if there was a small opportunity to actually burst there, but that would have been super dangerous if there was.
I think it still gets baited because you're at such a far range as Nago.
Right.
All of your kind of slash moves are so disjointed that I'm fairly sure that was just a safe opportunity for Zok. And now level 3 blood going into the wall reset has a very large normal to just apply full screen pressure. That's what we're gonna see here. Your boy finds a way in. This is the comfortable place for Geo. Is you don't want to be too far away that Nago has the advantage. Solid 2H.
Oh!
Burst bait.
Had to sort of
there we go
for it sooner than later, but yeah, ZoKHiZ fighting it back. It really, like these 3 games, it feels like this is kind of sort of like a similar matchup in a way if Nagoriyuki was fighting a zoner, except that Giovanna sort of exerts her pressure in a different way. She's just all over your face a lot of the time, and as a Nagoriyuki, you're just trying to find like a gap to press your buttons and grasp the momentum for your own.
Mankind knew that they can duel what?
Both players have opened it up. 1 point Zok, 2 points your boy.
And this is what we were just talking about. It's like, as you said, are the first 2 rounds just data? Perhaps. I mean, ZoKHiZ took a very convincing game there. Just taking 2 rounds in a row.
Another
now
nice
your
shimmy.
boy back in action. Already going to be breaking the wall, dealing a very significant amount of damage.
Ooh, it was the front this time. I would have thought after seeing the flip kick, it's gonna go to the back, but still a pretty.
ZoKHiZ did as well. I think they just got a hit there. But ooh, solid start. Unfortunately, not high enough blood for that 6H to hit. Gets caught on the backdash. Forced to burst away. Yeah, that last round happened so fast that there was still a burst left to be used from Zok.
Lots of blood. Yeah, that fully empowered blood. Oh, I think this misses though.
Oh, it hits OTG, but because of the OTG hit, it doesn't go into the cutscene. And
okay.
yeah, Zok doesn't get all the blood back from all the hits in the super. Yeah, that is not punishable on itself, but it recovers so fast that I kick super that your boy was just able to get in and get the grab.
I'm surprised that ZoKHiZ actually had the patience of not hitting 6B there, stopping the time with the mask on. I guess that's really nice presence of mind. They probably looked at your boy's meter and saw, all right, they have the 50 meters, so it's way too dangerous to try the anti-air here.
And once again, I think the I wonder if something's happening or if the players are just being very patient, trying to not get the spectator disconnect bug happening to us.
I think
If they're just being considerate, that's appreciated. Thank you all.
I think ZoKHiZ said that they had some weird spikes here and there, so sort of seeing it out.
Interesting RC wave not hitting on the wall. I wonder if that was on purpose to not scale the 5D hit an extra amount before the wall break, or if that was even necessary. Maybe it just happened to not hit.
With that bite, not spending any blood on that big damage combo, and this should definitely do it.
Saving the blood for here.
Yeah.
And even if this wouldn't kill, ZoKHiZ would have had such freedom to use blood after a wall break potential reset that it doesn't even matter.
God, this is probably one of the most, you know, fast-paced match I've casted on Bounty Hunters. Two characters that can end rounds very fast. Oh, the clone finds its mark!
Yeah, I mean, Strive is you know, a very anime in the sense that it's, you know, a 2 to 3 touch game, and we have two of the characters that really emphasize it here. Giovanna not as much, but she still has quite high damage potential, and I mean, the game even calls Nagoriyuki the one-shot character, so what are we expecting? Oh, really solid jump into air throw. Great awareness from ZoK. Ready to prevent the escape.
That old OG Guilty Gear brain will tell you they're in the air, go for it. Air throw. Even with a character like slow jump character like Nagoriyuki, you still are thinking about it.
And all things considered, you know, the game itself allows for Nagoriyuki to still do that approach to get that jump.
It is still technically, even if air throws and jumps are slower in this game compared to like Exert or Plus Air, it's air throw is still one of your, if not the fastest anti-air that you can ever perform. So that's that.
It is, well, it's definitely the fastest air to air. And as for anti-air, it's all very, you know, relative for the timings that you're hitting other buttons, right? And just like that, I mean, we were just talking about something. A round has already been taken by your boy. ZoKHiZ is starting with a vengeance here, already taking 40% at round start and getting themselves positive bonus.
And God, ZoKHiZ has so many resources.
Really solid backdash there by your boy, escaping the corner off of it, and now putting ZoKHiZ back to the corner again. Strike throw, got thrown back. Oh, I think it's baited.
Oh, doesn't quite reach.
Giovanna's dash is quite fast, which means it's not as good in terms of invincibility frames, but it's super good for escaping situations like this.
Quick change of places.
Oh, the Beyblade finding a hit into the super.
I was gonna save some option there for ZoKHiZ to spend the burst to get the, you know, the commanding position for this round, but now has to, because of that safe choice during the second round, has to go into the last round without burst whatsoever. Ooh, nice 5k there. Caught the backdash, but no conversion. Here comes your boy. It's time to strike throw.
The stab dash throw, such a fast option. You just have to be ready. You know, sometimes you can catch it out if you're ready. And now, ooh, the dust combo. Boom, that's a lot of damage. Remember, that's Nago. Highest effective health in the game. Taking that much damage?
We're a little late there on the too heavy.
Yeah, if that was any of my mains getting that combo, it would have been at least 80%. Just like that, your boy with commanding position.
It's coming down to very clutch timings. You could see on that jumping, ZoKHiZ was trying to queue up that too heavy once again. But you know, Giovanna gets there pretty fast, and too heavy for Nagoriyuki. It is a little slower, on the slower scale of anti-airs for sure.
I mean, it's such a large hitbox, and it gives such good reward that I mean, I can't blame ZoK for trying to go for it, but you know, Nago's 6B is still really decent, especially considering the game it exists in, and it's just a case of sometimes finding the correct ranges to be using it in. Urboiagain actually steals the corner for a little bit, doesn't really go for the cross-up setup. ZoKHiZ manages to get away and get a gold burst out, and now Urboiagain once again putting ZoKHiZ back to the wall. I think this 2K is gonna get caught.
Answering the plus frames of the spiral arrow with a reversal super. ZoKHiZ really loves to do that. Oh, wait a second.
Cancelled it? I think they wanted to go for a combo, but accidentally pressed the jump punch.
Yeah,
I don't reckon that was intended, and does so much damage. ZoKHiZ has 1 health remaining and gets hit on a wake-up cross-up.
Ooh, very nice. The Hukyo into close slash anti-air. Gets a solid 50% from Urboiagain's life bar.
Yeah, this is the classic Nagoriyuki round starts. Ooh, catches the backdash, allows Urboiagain to drop down just to get that corner pressure going. 2H back to the corner for a safe combo.
Yeah, I was about to say, if this bounced up so high up in the air that holding your burst in that situation was definitely the right choice. Alright, once again.
Solid realization, I think. You know, that the IB there, I think, represented ZoK just holding back and then realizing, no, it's coming cross-up. Solid defense, another cross-up. This time just with a jump kick. ZoKHiZ finds a hit, deals solid damage, gets back in. Super to break the wall.
Yeah, well, how ZoKHiZ managed to land that combo, I think ZoKHiZ is starting to catch on to Urboiagain's aggressive shimmy attempts.
That's killed?
Wow!
I thought they were gonna live on just a tiny bit of health. I didn't expect it to just kill outright.
Nope,
sorry.
This is Nagoriyuki. Yeah, catching,
well,
I think that was like 5k prediction on the backdash, lands it and goes for the big combo. Ending the round. I mean, it is super dangerous to try to throw in this game, like so, because you're gonna get counter hit. But man, if you can read the backdash shimmy that they do as Nagoriyuki, that's gonna deal almost as much damage as what they could deal to you on a counter hit.
For sure, and now Urboiagain, speaking of dealing a lot of damage, there's the round. There's actually a conversation going on in the Portuguese FGC the other day about, you know, old Guilty Gear versus Strive, the existence of a throw with animation in Strive, as opposed to, you know, in older games where you just get a 6H to come out. And how that can change is the way you navigate around, you know, people threatening to throw.
Yeah, I think in general, like the most basic thing that governs how pressure works in any fighting game is how your throws work. And like that little bit of, you know, that throw with, not just the throw with, but also the 1 frame extra startup of the throw, it just makes the game. Oh, wait, ZoKHiZ missed that blood rage explosion!
Oh no, that was so unfortunate. It would have been, you know, a good setup if Urboiagain just hadn't been able to tag that early. And it could have been it, but so unfortunate. So it was a really good round from ZoK. Started off on the back foot and came back with a vengeance that did a lot of damage, was 1 touch away from winning.
But that is sort of a dangerous gamble. If you screw up that blood rage explosion setup, you're you're basically gonna lose 50 health for it.
Ooh, ZoK is already on dangerously high blood, essentially locked out of using any aggressive special moves right now. Can't use anything other than Fukyo without exploding right now.
But that's the same
Gets a blood-sucking universe?
Ooh, good interruption there. Sees the Fukyo coming forward.
Oh, the 2H gets blocked. ZoK just advances with Fukyo before being able to be punished. Solid pickup out of the GP, Urboiagain now.
But sees the reversal
Takes
super.
out a reversal. PRC to make it safe. Urboiagain just playing it slow, playing the footsies. Gets the punish and takes the round.
Now into the corner. Oh wow, again, a very interesting looking cross-up. I wonder if Urboiagain was banking on that. Nope.
Good hit on the Bloodsucking Universe. Doesn't hit the 6H, unfortunately. Good block.
Oh, nice.
On the cross-up. And hits the close slash. Meaty close slash. Your boy pressed something.
You know, the left-right mix-up with Giovanna's axe kick in the air, it is kind of hard to see, but it is so dangerous as well in this patch if your opponent managed to block it, especially IB it like ZoKHiZ did. Back into it.
Quite a bit of aggressive. Ooh, another caught backdash. This time, Zok is canceling into the super to not risk blowing up at the wall.
There we go, so close. It is 4 to 5. Pretty much anything can happen here still.
This is certainly a momentum set right now. It's just about who kind of gets the upper hand, who gets to get their game running first on the individual games. So that's very interesting.
Every single decision counts so much. Speaking of the decisions, oh, I was scared that burst might have actually whiffed against the second hit of DP. But luckily Urboy gets it off. Oh, nice footsies, the 2D. Going past far slash there from Nago. Nice check again. Don't let the Nagoriki Fukyo forward for free.
Oh! Strange combo. I think your boy didn't mean for that to not go into the wall.
Yeah, I think I've seen that happen. It probably has something to do with delay during the combo, because you are bouncing them in the air. Speaking of bouncing...
is going quite far in. Will they explode? No, but they get the Bloodsucking Universe.
Really good timings for the command crabs on this set for ZoKHiZ. I think most of them have landed so far.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of deliberation when to use them, not over-presenting the option. So, like that, preventing your boy from playing a lot into just, you know, just fuzzy jumping in pressure gaps to avoid it.
Nice backdash from ZoKHiZ, prompting your boy to burst for the momentum. Still gets to keep the corner. Plus frames. And here's
grab.
ZoKHiZ has a decent... Ooh.
Jumps out of the corner, uses the burst aggressively, gets a command grab into the RC, and closes it out with the super.
This really is like a showing of how using bursts is like tends to work in Strive. Both these players tend to go for very, very aggressive bursts in order to keep the opponent in the corner and to not allow them to play at all. Rather than saving yourself from a decent amount of damage, you like don't tend to burst mid-screen as much, but when you get to the corner, yeah, it doesn't really matter that much how much life you have, because like we talked about earlier, Strive is that potentially like two-touch game.
I think the biggest thing here is the strategic advantage of when you burst. And if you use it as ZoKHiZ has mostly been using it here, just to keep a good position in the corner, you know, keep sending your opponent back into the wall. Speaking of one shot, look at that. Your boy now in such a precarious position. Any small touch, not that any touches from Nago are small.
Nice reaction to the forward dash. Both players have been checking their special forward dash, step dash from Gio, as well as the Hukyo from ZoKHiZ.
And once again, cross up. Your boy trying cheekily to steal the corner and get the cross up, and ZoKHiZ is ready and gets it. Punches now with a jump heavy. Still barely away.
Oh yeah, I saw the startup animation of the throw there.
Okay, are seeing the throw, just keeping themselves safe.
The DP! How did the DP whip there? Another really crazy cross-off, and ZoKHiZ ends it with a blood-sucking universe again. First time in this set that ZoKHiZ managed to run it back, is now in the lead at the most crucial moment.
Yeah, all that matters is who gets the 7 first. It doesn't matter anything that came back. Have you been ahead of me 3 points in the set? Doesn't matter if I win. And we're gonna see now if ZoK actually manages to close it out, though.
So instead of reflect, duel 1.
Oh, I think your boy thought it was already 7, but ZoKHiZ being a nice guy, remanding. One more to go.
Yeah, I think it's because of there were the first couple matches where they came back into the lobby. They probably don't have the right count on the on the match right now. Oh, solid send back with the jump slash.
Oh, that's gonna miss.
Unfortunate miss, not miss input, just a drop.
Taking the plus frames.
Yeah, such a good super. You don't see Giovanna players use it that much, you know, very commonly. Now ZoK on super high blood going for the 60, really close to exploding, which is all of this pressure, all of this chip damage that they've been doing.
You know, it's
catches it with a 2K.
It's really interesting watching, like, even if you don't get that blood-sucking universe, you can kind of burn meter and force them to, oh no.
Oh no, your boy. And ZoKHiZ as well, putting themselves at level 3 blood. Unfortunately missing the burst punish.
Alright, keep it short and simple, get the knockdown. Your boy absolutely needs this to stay alive because ZoKHiZ is on set point here. Uh-oh, that's gonna be all the resources that ZoKHiZ needs. Again, a gut-wrenching drop. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the drop kick just barely misses ZoK as they were trying to go for the air throw. And yeah, just going for the simple 6H to finish it off. ZoK
the throw read at the end there, at the most crucial moment. It was, I didn't see ZoKHiZ jump out of too many throws from your boy at the start of the set, but towards the end of the set, I think it's like, it is really ZoKHiZ. It just seemed like ZoKHiZ powered up game after game, and at the last game, at the 7-5 position, ZoKHiZ was just playing completely different from the start of the set. Oh boy, I gotta say, I was looking forward to this match this week probably the most, and it definitely did not disappoint me.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, moving on to the next one, we've got our rookie matches coming up next. Afraid Kaz, Bridget versus Cassapphic Baejinmay. So it's we're talking about this is kind of like a Kaz versus Kaz, but I think it's prudent to call maybe Cassapphic we should refer to as Cassie for her Discord nick, not to make this too confusing.
Yeah. Kaz versus Cassie. And this is gonna be a challenge for us. For us, Cassie, for those listening.
Hope Cassie managed to make it home, because they were playing on they were doing card games and were rushing home for their match.
Oh wait, isn't Cassie already on the lobby?
Is she?
I think so. I think I saw. Oh, yeah, they're in the lobby.
All right, perfect. And now we just need Afraid Kaz, who I believe we saw in the chat earlier. So, looking good. I already have so much PTSD from all these no-shows here and there.
Yeah, another thing to note, since we were on the topic earlier, talking about throws in old gear versus Strive, there's also the thing that there's so much more committal in Strive, because obviously you can do a lot of setups in all certain situations in Exert and plus R to to OS sort of on wake up and in air throw situations, just to automatically go for a grab if the situation allows, or to do, for example, on Eno, you can do a safe jump as well through it. So it's actually pretty interesting to see that change and how much it alters the way the game gets played when you suddenly have a dedicated throw motion that causes people to go into a very, committal, punishable animation.
Yeah, and it's like not just that, but it's the very small things like what if a throw whiffs were not counter hit state? That would make a massive difference as well in terms of like how the risk reward works in this game. Everything just seems to always revolve around how throws are designed in a fighting game. Alright, we got our players hopping on the cabinet and ready to roll for the second matchup of the evening. Kaz with a record of, I believe, 1-1 on Bounty Hunters. Now looking to test our newcomer from UK, Cassapphic Baejinmay. The tail is definitely set here. Baejinmay wants to land those big hits from close to mid-range. Bridget can play variety of different ranges as well as variety of different ways for sure.
Yeah, I've seen a mix of people playing, Bridget, playing her as more of a sort of zoner type with the big normals, or just playing the set play, puts the yo-yo down and goes for 4-way mix-up on knockdowns style.
And both players with a full stick of butter. Here comes. Oh, what's gonna happen here?
Oh, who died? It was Cassie who won. I guess the gun projectile just went through Roger, potentially destroyed it before it hit.
Yeah, one other thing might have been that Cassie just had more health to spend there, because that super from Roger is not gonna do all that much damage.
And especially it does its damage in multiple hits, so maybe Kaz died in between hits, thus not taking the full amount of damage. And now, solid hit. Kaz just barely able to block. And a third command grab on this round. It takes down Cassie.
Was kind of a logical choice to parry there, though, because that is usually going to be a safe jump, which you can definitely parry if you're ready for it. But Kaz already on the next layer.
That is one thing to note, is that Bridget can be played very reliant on sort of, there's the gun super. Very favored by Baejinmay players. Just
the old
close out
reliable.
rounds like that. I was saying, Bridget can be used, can be very reliant on certain safe jump setups to go for the mix, and Viking's Parry can just throw a wrench in all that and force the Bridget player to just autopilot less. Thankfully, you can hold the roll towards your yo-yo to go a bit slower, and that can throw out the parry timing and get you a solid punish, actually.
Yeah, right. That gives you really big Raven vibes from Exert, being able to control that sort of angle of the jump and just land very fast and either bait or go for a empty low at will. I think, is Roger plus on block? I know the gun is on the ground, but I think Roger should be as well.
I think it's you're typically hard pressed to do anything after it. I think I've managed to do setup myself where I RC it into a very decent amount of frame advantage, but it's still hard to do much with it. And parrying the butt slam.
Speaking of, Oh, we can also
solid grab on the wake up.
nice jump up.
Expecting the wake up parry.
Already representing a lot of different kinds of options in a lot of these RPS situations, as you would expect from these two characters. Oh, interesting, just back and forth walk there.
Yeah, I think just trying to bait out. I think Kaz is just being very conscious on the fact that Cassie has been using Pycon's parry quite a bit, and just trying to play mindfully of that and get the punish on it. Seems to be working out fine as Kaz takes a first point and equals out the score.
But I think in a longer set like this, it is fine to sort of over-invest a little in your unique tool that forces the opponent to play different on their offense. In this case, even if Cassie tries to parry a little more, they will set up Afraid Kaz for like a
Solid response there on the gap.
and that should be around, yeah.
Yeah, setting your opponent up to play a certain way and then suddenly changing your playstyle to then punish that response.
Especially since this is not FT3, this is FT7, so you have a lot of time to sort of condition your opponent and make big plays. Oh, TK kills and actually anti-airs there.
Solid hit, yeah. And because it's the anti-air hit, you actually get a fair amount of damage out of it. Fair bit of a conversion, and now Kaz has to be careful, manages to cancel out with a dash, but walks into the third hit, unfortunately. Yeah, that jump slash was very good from Cassie. And the up-close gun. Why does that not damage Baejinmay as well? Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
I think Kaz already committed to some sort of button there, not able to break their dash in time. 2-1 in favor of Kazi here.
A really solid start. Gets a good conversion, goes for 2H, gets punished. Nice burst bait from Kaz. And again, just playing patiently. Cassie once again presenting that parry.
Ooh, I wonder if she tried to go for a reversal but got the button out initially. I just said jump out. Playing very aggressively with that parry. At this point, Kaz is probably, until they stop seeing the parry on wake up, probably is not gonna play the safe jump option.
Yeah, and I think Kaz at this point is just assuming the parry is coming and just playing as though it's just an automatic thing, and it seems to be working out so far. Cassie will have to adjust the way she's playing this right now. Otherwise, she'll just keep getting punished. A solid few hits. Tries to advance, but the yo-yo comes through. Ooh, and the command grab once again, finding its way in.
Yeah, Bridget is such a versatile character. It's not only the like baits with empty lows and stuff you can do against the parry. You can also just go for the Roger command grab to call it out. Alright, Kaz evens it out. 2-2 here. This is usually the point where a lot of the initial habits, patterns, stuff like that have been learned, have been absorbed from your opponent, and this is where the RPS really develops. Oh my goodness, the close slash anti-air there. The unlikely.
Such a good button for Baejinmay.
It really surprises me coming from older gear games that like close slashes just tend to work so well as sort of like an accidental anti-air in this game.
Yeah. Before it was that thing that people said it was the Melia close slash effect, and it seems like, you know, most of the characters in Strive actually are able to do it.
Yeah,
I think this will catch as a punish on the 2D. Yes, it does. Just like that, Kaz takes so much damage, but gets a DPRC out. Will convert into the super. Deal a very hefty amount of damage on the high guts Baejinmay.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting feature, advantageous feature for Bridget. Her DPRC actually can do some really nasty damage, and a lot of, not just the damage, but the corner carry as well. So like, she has very decent reward for hitting that parry. Finally a parry
There
hits.
it is. Yeah, speaking of parry, like, again, Cassie didn't present it for a while. Kaz felt confident to go for the save jump once again, and there was Cassie with the realization, just going for the parry. And then, as I say that, unfortunately, one more parry gets punished, but still in. No air block against the Roger. Maybe get it to sort of jump in, jump slash. Oh, I think this drops. Oh no, Cassie didn't realize.
I mean, I guess in a sense that's a relatively safe drop, because your opponent is basically waking up into your super. And is that, I forget if that super is safe or not.
It's fairly hard to punish. It's mostly safe from my experience, unless you're doing it from very up close. Oh, this time it's going to hit and combo and break the wall. We're going into, yeah, safe jump scenario.
Yeah, I like Cassie's mixing it up. This time going for the backdash instead. Oh, big hit. A little too far this time though.
Yeah, very hard to confirm at that range. Now both the players, yeah, having all of the meter in the world. Cassie.
What? The Kenji
reaction?
It deletes Roger. That's kind of cool. I wonder if it's one of those things where whoever fires their super first is at a disadvantage, or if the gun super just, you know, ends up deleting Roger always, like regardless of what kind of situation that it is. That would explain why Kazi won in the round start exchange, like on the first game. Here's the gun once again. The blast radius is so massive. Even if you're in the air, that doesn't guarantee you get out of it. Nice, patient. In the command trap. Oh, that's kind of interesting as well. If you set up your yo-yo in a way that it combos off the command trap, you can actually combo after it.
Yeah, it is a very specific timing though. Sometimes you're not going to get the setup down, especially because it's kind of range dependent, but it's still really cool to see when players have the realization to get the combo going. It does for some really cool showings.
Yeah, Bridget is kind of nutty as a character like that. I feel like not nearly all of Bridget's potential has even been discovered yet. She has so much room for more nutty stuff to be found still.
Definitely still needs to be explored, and I think, you know, Strive definitely is going to have the lifespan for it to be found out. As long as there are, you know, more dedicated players, people are going to keep finding things.
I like this from Kaz, just going for a quick close slash into super. No need to do any fancy combos if that kills. Nice! The parry there finds the gap between the jump-in buttons. Again, a little too far for that conversion. But Kazi has a decent life lead here. Missing the gold burst again. Doesn't matter too much. The life lead is still there. And it is sort of much harder for, I guess, Bridget to come. But, well, I guess Bridget has the neutral advantage. So even if she doesn't do the highest of damage, she does have the snowball potential as well. Oh, this.
Yeah, but speaking of snowball potential, Cassie just kind of ran with that round.
Did I kind of looks like a desync.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, I got connection lost.
Oh, I haven't gotten anything, but I'm guessing I'm just going to get a connection lost myself. No, I'm back in it.
Okay, interesting.
Hold on. I'll Discord stream for you. We'll see if this can work out.
Who took the last game?
It was Cassie on my side who took the game.
I'm gonna
I'll
assume.
Start here. Yeah, off the start here, we're seeing Cassie again running away with the early advantage, having been able to get solid wall break reset into the next side, and takes the first round with the gun super. I know I'm just commentating and people in the stream can't see anything, but trust me when I say I'm inside spectating this game. Well, maybe we can get it on screen with the Discord.
Yeah, I gotta do a couple of magic tricks trying to fix shit.
But even so, Cassie's really close to taking it here and does take the point. With a perfect, no less. Just... Oh. Okay, we've been sent back to the lobby. And Cassie did take that one.
Alright, sorry I wasn't fast enough on my fingers, so couldn't bring that match for the stream, but we are gonna jump into the next one with our viewpoint fixed. Let's actually create a scene for that, in case that sort of thing happens again.
Mm-hmm.
I only have a scene for my monitor 1, but it's kind of difficult if I need to send players back to the lobby at the same time. So I would need a scene for my second monitor. So Kaz is asking if they can switch, which generally I think if it's not agreed upon before the match, it's usually character lock. Although I don't mind people if both the players agree to allowing switch characters. It is definitely a thing.
I think in the past when we've had it, yeah, exactly. It's as you've already informed. It just depends on something that the players agree to beforehand.
Right. I wonder if Kaz was feeling discouraged about the matchup. It did go pretty decently at the start, at least, and it hasn't been like. Of course, I missed the last match there, but for me, it looks like it's been pretty even so far. I mean, if Kaz is fine with it, I guess we can allow a character switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's always up to the other party involved. And yeah, I mean, sometimes the actual overall score of the set doesn't represent the reality of how balanced the match is. Sometimes it's just crucial. Interactions that decide around.
Alright, Kazi said that she's okay with the character switch, so we have a Bridget to Potemkin transition here.
That is quite the transition. Yeah, no.
Let's see if it ends up working out for Kaz.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes just going back to the character you're more comfortable with can pay off, especially if it's a character on which you know the matchup more, you have more chances to play. At the end of the day, Potemkin has been here from release, whereas Bridget's the latest character put into the game, so you know, even if you've been playing very actively, you've had a lot more time to get used to matchups on a release character.
So
Just like that.
if the parry has been a problem, Potemkin definitely has a big command grab to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Cassie has to be a lot more careful on this matchup about dealing with the parry and when to use it, because as you're just saying, using it at the wrong time can just get you busted. Speaking of getting busted, Kaz takes a point just like that on the landing.
Alright, so far so good.
Mankind knew that they
Definitely being more aggressive here on Potemkin, using that forward Mega Fist to create like sort of messy RPS. It is very minus, even on hit, which is interesting, but Potemkin is so explosive at close range that you can sort of create situations where that are like not necessarily hard, but dangerous for your opponent to deal with.
What a swift round here right away, just creating a lot of pressure and forcing Cassie into just the uncomfortable situation of having a Potemkin right next to you. Ooh, catches the backdash with the hammerfall.
Yeah, it's like your mentality changes completely. Having first played against a character who doesn't necessarily hit so hard when you make a mistake, into this monster of a damage character. Oh my goodness!
Wow, the Kara Buster there, just barely catching Cassie on the landing, and just like that, Kaz has just taken two games very quickly on Potemkin.
That's a very interesting anti-air type, sort of hanging back, walking back, making your opponent whiff with their instant air dash, landing next to you, and then bustering them.
Yeah, and these punishes on the attempted Yosansen. I get a punish on the wake up parry. Tries to go for the heat knuckle and just takes a round.
Yeah, Potemkin can be a very difficult character to play against, especially for rookies, because like you gotta keep your offense so tight. If you make like a single mistake, leave a gap that you didn't meant to leave there, you take half of your life from that buster.
Yeah, and it can feel very demoralizing to take that much damage. But, you know, typically Potemkin has to work so hard for these single interactions that, yeah, it's very difficult to deal with. It really is a matchup that tests out your fundamentals quite a bit, and just like that, Cassie, very close to being able to take the round.
Oh, this will go through
For the
the
super. Yeah, punishes the Potemkin Buster and takes it. Very nicely done.
I think there's probably a little bit of a knowledge gap here, because Kaz is Mega Fisting forward extremely aggressively, and Cassie not able to sort of check that. I forgot if on counter hit, I think on counter hit you are still good on forward Mega Fist. And a lot of these forward Mega Fists have been landing as a counter. Ooh, the gun!
Yeah, just going for the closeout at range. Kaz wanted to be cheeky and I think do the Kara Mega Fist on the reset to, you know, go that round start distance and try to grab Cassie. Solid punish on the hammerfall. Ooh, going for the gold burst. Ooh, Cassie gets a Mega Fisted away from the wall.
Ah, here it is again, Mega Fist forward. And I think this is gonna cross up and whip. No, it just straight up beats.
It just loses to Mega Fist. Yeah, Mega Fist's hurt box is so far high up. A lot of players, when learning the game, will try to 6B it, trying to anti-air it regularly, and you know, 6Bing Mega Fist is a very difficult task to do.
Yeah, even like top tier 6Bs from perfect range, such as Testament, have a lot of difficulties contesting that move. Ooh, it didn't end up comboing there. This is gonna be a massive comeback again. It is the Mega Fist. Afraid Gas mega fisting forward, but you know, Cassie did manage to grab a game earlier, and Cassie only needs one more, whereas Kaz needs two.
Yeah, so it's still definitely possible, still doable from Cassie. She's done it already, just needs one more. But sometimes that last point, that game point is just so much harder to get. You know, you get in your own head, sometimes it's very difficult to deal with. This time, Cassie with a really solid start, just playing it smart, forcing Kaz to stay in the corner with the gun super, just maintaining pressure, goes for the fully charged 5D, not advancing forward, allowing it to punish the attempted buster.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of dealing the busters. If you know your opponent is trying to sort of exploit the gaps, just stay back and use like a big starter that has a little bit of disjoint. And now Cassie
backdash, but once again these Yozan Sens are not going unpunished. Kaz is just on the ball with the punish. Oh, and once again, will this one lose as well? What is the timing like?
Yeah. Going into the last round here, Cassie still has a decent hold of this set potentially, because this is still set point for her.
Oh, gets caught on the backdash by 6H. Kaz is going forward. Cassie opts to go for the gold burst and get all the resources possible.
Oh, go maximum!
Spends into the super. Will this actually wall break from this far?
Oh,
it does.
Nice!
So we're getting a hard knockdown here. Just walks into a buster. Oh no, suddenly it's looking dire.
Oh, that was a break! That was a really nice RC! On the touch of the armor, Kaz fires the RC and secures a punish for themselves. Now bringing the score 6 even. Oh my goodness, Cassie was so close there.
Mankind knew that they cannot change.
But this will be the last one, 6-6. Who's it gonna be? Cassie will have to play it so tight once again. 2 games to go. But it's exactly the same situation. Wow, both players whipping a throw. Alright, a decent start here. This should be, yeah, the spacing is there. Maybe dropping the combo in order to keep the corner.
Oh, the jump slash going over, Kaz getting their way in.
Here again. Combo drop. This should be...
Oh, but it's gonna hit the burst.
Perfect timing there. Smartly, Cassie has to give away this real estate because it would be very dangerous. Oh! She goes in too early!
Oh no! Oh, the close slash at the air, and Cassie finds the hit. Closes out the round. That was a scramble at the end there. Very dangerous. Oh, and once again the Yozansen getting punished.
Ooh, finds the Abare. Sort of equaling the situation. No!
Oh,
the Buster!
Once again, the Buster into the extension with the RC. And all of a sudden, we've got a last Luigi here.
Yeah, basically...
Oh, the brown star gold burst. Cassie just saying, I don't need it otherwise.
It's definitely paying off here.
Payout.
This is 60 or 70% of Potemkin's life with that gold burst.
Into the gun, going for the plus frames. Tries to 5D it on the potential, I guess calling out the potential.
Oh, that was so good! The perfect instant damage timing. Oh,
so it pops up, and
is he gonna connect?
No! Oh no, the punish Mega Fist and the gun now.
Good presence of mind using FD. And there it is, the tatami lands as a chip kill. Wow, Kaz really managed to bring it back from from a very... How much was the score? It was like 2-5.
Yeah,
And able to bring it back to 6-7. Very valiant effort here.
Cassie, with the hard work, managed to take down Kaz's Potemkin, which apparently they had met before and it had been a problem. Really good set.
Yeah, I think luckily for Kazi, there was a little bit of a buffer to sort of get on the groove of Kaz's Potemkin, and was able to get the late download, maybe? It didn't feel like a download. It was just, you know, came down to really clutch RPS at the last moment. But I mean, hey, that's how some of the greatest matches are played oftentimes. All right, next up, I gotta refer to my poster. It's gonna be HiWill versus Baejinmay on their debut matches here on Bounty Hunters.
Haven't we seen HiWill before?
Yeah, they've had a couple of matches so far.
Oh, you meant it's just Baejinmay's debut, not debut for both. And that's my bad.
Right. Let me fix the UI as well.
Also, I do want to ask, have you played at all the crossplay beta? Have you had a chance to try it out? Because I did, and it's kind of crazy how good the crossplay actually plays. It's very smooth.
That's pretty great to hear. I haven't been playing it myself because I've been on that Exerd hype train for the most part for 2 weeks in a row.
That's very good. Yeah, I've also been playing quite a bit of Exerd. Definitely excited to be participating in some Exerd stuff and getting better. Slow start. Both of these players just kind of trying to vibe check the round start and seeing what's happening before doing anything, before committing to anything. But HiWill here with a solid bit of damage onto Baejinmay at the start. Now being put into the Ramlethal pressure in the corner.
HiWill predicting the...
Oh, go on, sorry.
Nice air dash out of the corner. Ooh, that's gonna be a big hit, potentially. Yeah, getting the super knockdown. Is it? Yeah, it should be
validating the available burst. And taking the first round. Yeah, no, this is actually a really interesting matchup. I was actually thinking that before the event, that when Testament first released, people were calling them saying that they were just Ramlethal with less good moves, which I don't necessarily agree with. Testament has quite a few unique things happening going for them.
I guess it's the fact that they play rather similar, and then combined with the fact that Ram has been considered for a very long time to be the top 1 character in the game. But I think it probably...
Solid hold on the bird there to get
this conversion as well! Yo, I think HiWill is looking so much better than the last time I saw them. They've been leveling up.
Yeah, that was such a good first game from them. Sorry, I interrupted you, but that was just you just had to take note of what just happened there. It was such a good moment.
The conversions are hitting, just pretty much textbook Testament gameplay. And even though, like, I guess we could argue that Ram does have a small advantage in this matchup because Testament and Ram do kind of similar things, but she has just a little bit more oomph. That is not to say that Testament can't just brutalize Ram if she gets put in the corner, and with the crisp conversions that HiWill has been landing, is looking out pretty even.
I have to say, I haven't heard anyone call the damage that Ramlethal does a little bit of oomph. Ramlethal does absolutely absurd amounts of damage, in my opinion, but it's very interesting to see how people deal with it, especially considering she has such linear moves most of the time. Oh, solid. Going in with a 5D.
Is that even though sometimes that combo ends up whiffing and you don't get the Succubi to combo the right way, you might get an extra opportunity to go for a high-low at the end there, because they will rise up to the last hit of the super.
Yeah, and the fact that they still get hit by the stain, even if they block it, gives you so much inherent advantage as well. It's a super that just kind of does stuff if you use it.
Yeah, it's for a good reason. That's one of the primary things that Testament players tend to... Oh, that was so smart! And a double smart! Aizaba, only lacking the decisive combo there, still managed to get the anti-air. That was amazing play from Aizaba. The presence of mind that Ram's super was gonna whiff there, teleporting in there and baiting the burst as well immediately.
Yeah, really cool play from Aizawa there. 6 hit, but unfortunately they committed to the teleport and didn't go for anything else. And there's a burst bait.
I mean, that's honestly the most common burst that you will see against Testament. That's where their damage condition is triggered right after landing a hit of Stain.
Oh, was that I think that was a 5B. Yeah, that was 5B trading with whatever move Baejinmay tried to use in the air. I think Baejinmay just needs to now kind of understand the patterns and what Aizawa was trying to do and just get in, because again, if Ramlethal gets in and is putting a pressure, she can ruin your day very, very confidently.
But it just seems Aizawa is landing a hit after a hit, sort of almost as if knowing where Baejinmay is gonna be on the screen. Absolutely relentless. This will go into the corner once again, and will it be able to get a corner break if they want? Opting to drop it. I like it. And Aizawa 3 in a row.
Yeah, really solid showing here at the start. But still, I mean, the set is still in its infancy. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen, you know, big comebacks after an early disadvantage. The first few games are always just data.
I think
and just like that, speaking of just data, I think Baejinmay is already starting to try to call out Aizawa's attempts at doing the bird that just goes in a straight line.
Yeah, I think the dangerous thing here is that if you have no idea how Testament works, it can be very difficult to figure it out during the set, so you will have to have done the research. And I think looking at how Baejinmay is adapting here, they definitely seem to have an idea how to challenge Testament on those footsies at full screen.
And I think the biggest thing that they're doing different now is just using their disjointed moves, especially that, you know, very good jumping slash to just broad at the distance, to testing the range at which Testament is best. And again, Ramlothal's slash moves are a lot more disjointed than Testament's, so in a void you will win as Ramlothal in these exchanges. And then there's the patented Ramlothal damage into a hard knockdown. Aizawa going for the blue RC grab just to get the advantage.
I like the burst here, bursting out of the stain situation. If the stain is not applied, Testament doesn't really have massive rewards ready to go. Oh, that was so smart, Baejinmay! Knows the setup! They walked forward out of that air dash.
Oh, interesting use of Calvados there, just to make a linear, yeah, exactly, just linearly saying, hey, if you're gonna teleport or if you're not gonna teleport, you just have to hold it for a little bit.
Oh, the high sword catches the back dash. Baejinmay is on the board. Is it just me who keeps thinking like Baejinmay, but it is actually Ramlethal?
I just keep thinking of Dragon Ball. It's like a Majin Buu that swapped over.
That works.
Oh, now the slash sword is gone, so that jump slash isn't there with the disjointed hitbox, but Baejinmay still able to keep going again. That jump slash, fully disjointed moves.
Wow, what a pick up for Aizawa there.
Oh, trying to call out the teleport, but goes a little bit early. And the teleport ends up being a punish of Mortovato. Now, a burst punish.
Ram sort of suffering from success there. Mortovato actually being so fast that it like was already over when Aizawa's teleport arrived on the scene.
Yeah, if that had been Calamity 1 trying to punish the teleport, it would have hit.
It's funny that you mentioned because those supers are very similar as well. There are just a lot of similarities between these characters.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see the Nostrovia as kind of the linear projectile compared to Calvados as well. And yeah, here we're seeing the other side of the coin, seeing the Calamity 1 this time getting baited by Baejinmay. Yeah, we found a situation where Calamity 1 was objectively better than Mortovato.
Yeah, I mean, it's
really nice air grab from Aizawa. Hello.
Oh.
But unfortunately,
If
people will say, I got my whole life ahead of me. No, you don't. The Mortovato is coming.
Yeah, when it comes to like a standard reversal situation, I guess like Mortovato does what you would expect for a like super first-rate reversal super to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that one is better than the other. They just like do different kinds of things. Similar but different. Ooh, that might have been a combo to be had there.
Yeah, no, ooh, respecting the burst, and Baejinmay just not falling for it, but still gets hit by the Arbiter Sign.
Yeah, I think Baejinmay played that situation as well as they could, considering they were reading the burst bait, and there really wasn't an easy place to burst there.
Yeah, I think the best thing you could do is just run up Gold Burst, which I guess that's my thought process, but I think like a maniac when I play fighting games, which I guess is why Ito has fit me so well.
Ooh, this might actually go for it. It's
It actually just kills.
Nice.
Yeah, really solid conversion.
Round start 2S for Testament. It is quite strong. Surprisingly fast for its range.
Ooh, the overhead Arbiter Sign, finding a hit. Baejinmay just navigating the fireballs and birds. This time, the H projectile finds a hit.
The barrage of projectiles. Oh my god, that was so
6B. My disjointed move is better than your disjointed move.
I think
And
that was
just like that.
That was like the slowest, the most late 6P I've seen in a while, but it still ended up working out. Good for you, Testament.
Yeah, that frame 1 upper body invulnerability, but also look at that disjoint on the far slash, catching the startup of 6H so well. You know, it's not like Ramathal is one to be able to complain about disjointed moves, right?
Yeah, I think both characters here have a lot of disjoint to play with. And it's like both players, like S buttons are so disjointed that 6Ps just end up working pretty well at neutral to create RPS. Oh, putting themselves in the corner, but this is very crucial to counter it to D.
Testament's far slash actually has a very tiny bit of disjoint added in the latest patch, but it's nothing compared to Ramathal far slash.
Just tiny bit? I think it's a very decent bit, especially in the newest patch, right?
I mean, I guess if you compare it, if the point of comparison is Ramathal far slash, it's not a lot.
So if we pit the far slashes against each other in vacuum, you would say that Ram comes on top with that one more often than not.
Now, going for the overhead into the low on the RC. Breaks the wall, but didn't have meter for the super this time, so couldn't kill. But still, Aizawa was at such low health. But still, has the driver's seat right now on the pressure.
Who actually opting to go for the burst instead of the reversal super. Oh, that was a nice idea, but the 2S just not reaching far enough. The dash.
Oh, just going across and to the low.
I really like how Baejinmay keeps throwing the high sword there in an attempt to catch Aizawa's backdashes and jumps at the very end of the round. Ooh, almost gets a very good conversion. Jailing with the up projectile. The up projectiles from Aizawa have been on point, honestly.
Yeah. And now, this is a very decisive round, I'd say, because Aizawa winning would mean going into set points with such a nice buffer, whereas Baejinmay winning could very much signify a potential change in the momentum that they sorely need, and playing when your opponent is on the set point can be very stressful. But it seems like that might just be what we're gonna be seeing here now.
Duel 1.
This new version of Aizawa performing so well. Ooh, got the jump D there as well. That is so dirty, the multiple overheads for Testament. But again, the air projectiles keep blocking Baejinmay's approach trajectories completely. There it is once again, jump heavy, jump D. You think I'm gonna land? No, there's an extra overhead in between. It's very
solid
nice.
6 speed to keep Aizawa back into the corner. Baejinmay not getting demoralized by the fact that Aizawa was already on set point, but it's unfortunately not enough just yet. And now just one more round, that's all Aizawa needs.
And I love how Aizawa is so on point with the RPS. Whenever the sword is thrown into the corner, they're just ready to dash out so that the subsequent explosion does not trap them. Oh, but here's a conversion. It's not quite gonna kill, but can take a wall break here if Aizawa so desires.
And he's gonna go into the other side with Stain applied, which means another combo off of the reset. Gets grabbed out of the teleport fakeout.
Oh, critical drop!
This might be the swap in momentum that Baejinmay needs, but any small touch will just take them out of the set. This is the last ditch effort. Gets hit. Oh no. Burst gets baited. And there it is. Aizawa.
Once again on top of the burst RPS. Damn, I gotta say, I'm rating Aizawa just a little bit more highly after seeing that set. That is some really fast-paced, solid-looking Testament gameplay. And I guess you would imagine that's how it goes for, because Testament is one of the newer characters added to the cast. So these players who have been like playing Testament for a while are finally starting to sort of figure them out more and more. So the results are, as you can see here.
And they're definitely showing. Ooh. Next up we have the mainstay of Bounty Hunters, Radune, already ready to go. Again, the person who's played in this event the most, I think. I doubt so, anyone has been able to dethrone Radune yet.
And if we consider all the times that Radune has played in the past for like Exert FT7s, Grand Blue FT7s, Plus R FT7s, all the events that we've been hosting throughout the years, yeah, Radune probably takes the cake, honestly.
Yeah. And again, we're coming out into the wild part of the set. Leo versus Eno. Again, a matchup that I, as an Eno player, kind of dread, but I do wonder. I do wonder how HiWill is gonna do in it. Again, Radune definitely doesn't play like most Leos. Plays extremely wild and unpredictable, so that might either be a blessing or a curse.
Yeah,
if you're on the opposite side.
One thing is for certain, I do hope that HiWill will have their safe jump setups on point here, because we're gonna see some DPs from Radune.
I wonder if Radune is gonna do the classic. The first move they're gonna do in the set is
it gonna be the
DP?
Round start? Round start
Round
DP?
start dash up DP?
I think so. There we go.
Yes! It's a Radune set. already forcing out the burst, catching the guard point very nicely on the stroke. Typically the stroke on most timings gets beaten, and Radune timed it properly. HiWill with the safe jumps again. Doing the more recent setups using a jump dust all the time your safe jump. As beforehand on mid swing, people would just manually time with the jump heavy.
So what's the benefit of doing it the new way?
It's just auto time. If you do everything, if you do all the inputs
Makes sense.
You'll
That
just
sounds
safe jump on its own.
decent advantage. Nobody likes manual timings. Oh,
I don't mind it. I spent a lot of time in the lab just getting it right.
The command grab from Radune actually moving forward enough to catch the backdash, but HiWill ready for the blender. Now what's it gonna be? No.
DP. There we go. And now, oh, that back turn piece, such a solid anti-air button, and this is gonna do a very reasonable amount of damage now. And land Radune on some good Oki.
And the
Punishing
punish.
with a DP.
Honestly, it's not too bad of a punish because that DP does give you a hard knockdown, which leads into Leo's victory condition, which is back turn Oki. So like even if you think like, oh, that's such a small punish, don't underestimate it.
Yeah, sometimes you take the small damage now to just further your win condition, and that kind of translates to so much more damage on the long run. That's
And it's
really
always-
what you want to be seeing.
Ooh, very ambitious DP. Then whoa!
Oh, the far slash just providing the hit in.
Gosh, Strive is such an interesting game. I'm definitely not used to Leo pulling off those footsies in Exert. Ooh, still going?
Solid. Yeah, the really solid corner conversion that Eno can get against the DP. Goes for the command grab super, and those projectiles do go behind if your opponent is there before they come out.
Yeah,
And
one of
Radune is just on point with the guard point, attack.
Nice!
There's a lot of timings to that counter hit move that is the whiff on strokes. So seeing Radune being able to get the timing right to punish stroke is very nice.
Ooh, interesting. The back turn D actually ends up whipping here.
Not blocking the note setup. What could you be more Radune? And now yeah, gets punished whilst going for the overhead.
Oh, there's the block. The RPS develops.
And the counter, the parry.
That was interesting. I blinked and I missed it. Radune just Berserker slash through the note setup there.
I didn't even take note of that. Yeah, but you see that typically stroke is your best answer against a Leo just going into the parry stance, but in this case, Radune is so on point with the timing of the counter strike that it's actually been kind of trouble for Will.
Right, the optimal punish. I really like what HiWill is putting on the table here, showing that they have a very damaging and consistent punish to the DP, because that's, if you drop your DP punishes against Radune, I dare say it's often
It's
over
probably
at
a
that point.
lost cause.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of punishes, there's the burst punish, and going into the safe jump. Again, going for safe jumps against Radune is probably a smart thing to do. Oh, 5D on the wake up. Crossing over, trying to go for the back turn D.
Oh, that's so smart.
And the cross up, but the input for Leo's DP does not care about cross ups. Uh-oh.
Who goes under? That's so
Solid
smart.
going under. Yeah, but you still need one more hit. Trying to go for it, but that full screen 2D.
That is such a jump scare
Ooh.
poke. Just comes out of nowhere, and like, Leo wouldn't really have this much range, right? Nope, he does. Good spacing there. Baits the throw into another empty low. Yeah, this is... Yeah, there we go.
Sending the note a little bit too low to stop the potential wake-up DP is the only thing I'm noting here. Radune is being able to realize that the note's going too low and being able to DP through it. So one thing you gotta adapt when playing against characters with DPs in this game.
Oh, the hard bait here for HiWill.
Solid 6B on the far slash though, and takes a round. Yeah, Eno 6B, incredible in this game.
Yeah, 6B is just all around very incredible in Strive, period. It's like not only an anti-air, but I think you just universally beat almost every single like far slash and many other high-profile pokes with your 6Bs at neutral. Oh,
that DP on the cross-up, just still going for it.
How are we gonna tackle this RPS? Trying to bait Radune into hitting it.
Yeah, and manages to do so. We'll try to bait out the DP, but Radune might be wild, but that's a concentrated, focused type of wild. Doesn't just DP like that.
I think when Leo is holding the parry stance, you certainly have a low option in Stroke the Big Tree, but it is also very easy to react to. So if Radune sees you like start up S-Stroke, he's just gonna let go of the parry stance.
Again, HiWill setting that note a little higher now.
Alright. All resources have been used. Next hit is gonna be big. There's the Stroke against the parry stance.
Solid conversion, about as much damage as Eno can get in this situation. Now, Radune has to be careful.
Oh no, missing the punish
covering.
again.
What are minus frames? You can punish me. I'm invincible. But even still, HiWill manages to find a hit with their own, metered DP.
I think that's one of the trademark Radune situations that HiWill has not been able to clear yet. Oh, the double back turn D, the classic. And here we go.
Oh yeah, the 2H starter. Explosive amounts of damage going into the red RC. Getting all the damage through. Look at that health bar. Look at the red on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a message sent to Radune. If you wanna whiff that, this is what you have to expect.
Ooh, solid little bit of footsies there. Who says anime games have no footsies? Look at that. Now, big damage coming. And OP. Yeah, it has to be such a hard call-out from the Eno player, or for whoever is against Leo, to be able to, DP or reversal in the right direction. Solid, getting the corner position, baiting out the DP, but Radune had the meter to make it safe. Attacks into the guard stance. Gets the backdash caught by Berserker Slash.
Uh-oh.
That jump heavy just put a HiWill into the difficult situation. Oh, and tried to go for the 2H. But gets it called out.
Radune brings it 2 even here. But yeah, I think the point that I wanted to make earlier was that HiWill has shown to be able to cover most of the tools that Radune loves to play, except the 2D, which, like, if it lands anywhere remotely close to you, you have to punish it. It's at least -5, so your fastest poke should be able to get a punish. Alright.
Solid conversion, but Radune's got that full screen 2D action going on. Really wants to hit the back turn D.
Oh, this is... Yeah, HiWill will build a meter here, so this is definitely gonna be a kill. thing is, even with these massive DP punishes, it goes to goes to show how great of a reward for just hitting a flash kick for Leo is. Because Radune,
solid punish. Now, unfortunately, didn't get the OTG hit with the backturn kick.
nice catch.
Yeah, really solid call out. Again, hard calling out the Vega backdash, and HiWill getting caught in it. Now trying to tap FD.
There it is.
Taking a lot of damage and trying to push back. Radune. Oh no.
It's interesting how Radune is kind of using the DP as a footsie button. It does have a potential to catch, like if Eno goes for a stroke, you can definitely catch it on reaction with a flash kick if you have the charge.
Solid grab. Just immediately starting getting a good little bit of Oki to start. Almost baits out the burst.
Again, forcing this RPS. Oh wait, there was... Where was that?
Yeah, just doing the fly out.
Oh right, because Radune held the stance, so the red explosion got parried as well.
That's the Enosh movement, the Daru Eno special. I do recommend, if you're confused about what happened there, Daru has a whole video explaining how to replicate that. It's very funny how her hover dash interacts with momentum on RCs.
Yeah, I think that was the first instance I've seen that being performed so far. Is that like a new-ish thing, or...?
Well, it's not very used. It's only been recently used for dives that aren't the horizontal one, the heavy dive. Because of the FRC changes, it became a lot better to do it with others. Before, you would just use the purple RC on H dive to just get a wall carry, and you could get corner-to-corner wall break combos with Eno.
Yeah, Eno really is a kind of a nutty character, just like May. Sorry, not May. Just like Bridget, who still has potentially room to grow when people, you know, figure out all sorts of funky stuff with what she can do with her movement. Oh, fourth time?
Just
or third time?
yeah, just going for the grab very nonchalantly. Just saying, okay, you're just gonna press D. I'm just gonna go in. Oh, going for the drift RC into the grab.
There we go, the first punish.
Blocking the dust.
Oh, but this
And
time
Radune really wanted HiWill to punish it, but they just held. They were patient.
It's really interesting kind of RPS here, because you could potentially on purpose leave it unpunished to give...
Oh! The double KO!
Alright, we're going to the next, or potentially last round.
4.
Can we get like a double...
The teabag? Hello? Is that a teabag?
Or is it a buffer? Nobody knows. Now, there it is. It's like, even if you potentially have a punish there, if you're so sure that Radune is gonna DP afterwards, maybe you don't want to punish it with a 2P. Maybe you want to wait for the DP punish instead. And takes the burst as well. HiWill. Their ability to read the opponent is getting better and better. And the results are here. 2-game lead. Now let's see how Radune decides to adjust here.
Yeah. Again, against an opponent like Radune, sometimes all you need to do is just play a bit chilled out. Just do the good thing. Just run good mixes, as Daru would say.
It's also,
don't think anything.
I think like a lot of people are not at like a skill level where they're comfortable with just waiting and seeing out what the opponent is doing. If your mindset is like, oh, I can't block. If I block anything, I'm dead. Well,
Solid call out with a jumpy there. That was really cool to see. And yeah, a lot of people will just, you know, when you're early on, you know, looking back and trying to pay attention to what's going on can just, you can be a bit slow with it in terms of then applying that to execution, so it will cause you to get hit a lot of times when you're just kind of doing nothing. And the ability to keep doing things but playing still the slow, deliberate game plan to look out for what your opponent is doing is a very difficult one to get to.
Oh, but Radune getting every single read right this round. That was a Leo round. It can snowball really fast, even with those, you know, obvious berserker slashes. If you miss a timing on a throw, it can easily snowball into a situation where you just miss
really
every
solid
single
grab. And there's the auto-time safe jump in the corner. And also to answer anime memes in the chat, I do actually still think that as of the latest patch, the jump bust setup became a thing again. I remember seeing stuff with it from Daru on Twitter.
I think this might be the type of player that Radune intrinsically struggles against. The player who is just very patient and clean.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going for footsies. That's too heavy.
Yeah, the too heavy is such a disjointed hitbox. And it's, you know, relatively safe to do on neutral. It's very hard to punish because you're just risking getting hit by it then.
I wonder if that can beat Leo's 2D. It's interesting because Leo's 2D is kind of a low, but it hovers very high. It can hop past other lows.
It's quite a bit of hitbox to Ino's 2H. It I guess depends on spacing, as with many things.
As tends to be the case in fighting games.
Yeah. Oh, and now going for some big corner carry, but unfortunately, with a little drop. Yeah, Radune just going for the 2K.
It's gonna be the overhead. You can't react to that.
Ooh, and this time just gets the parry into the super. That just kills. Just like that.
And when Radune wins rounds, it's just with such style. It kind of... Oh, wow. Didn't even have time to cross up and getting the throw there. Yeah, there was a gap. And when there's a gap, there's a... Whatchamacallit?
There's a DP.
There's a DP.
Oh, really solid call out. Radune had the nice reactions, but HiWill was just on the ball already. Solid grab. Again, there's the safe jump.
Yo!
Into the punish.
Radune was, I think, trying to go for a cross up there. But was that close slash from Ino?
Yeah.
HiWill just checks it.
Slash.
That was amazing. That wouldn't be my first thought to do in that situation, but you know, that goes to show HiWill probably has been in that situation before and ready to flash hits confirm as well.
Ino's close slash is a fairly underrated anti-air button. If you know that, if you can guarantee that you're at the range where it's going to come out as close slash and not far slash, it's a very good button to go for. Now there we go, 2H, really solid starter here. And this might just kill, it does! HiWill on potentially their last round.
The set point has been established, and now Radune has been taking rounds, but not full games for a while now. It's really tough. HiWill again with the safe jump. I think at this point I want to say HiWill has missed like maybe 1 or 2 safe jump setups at max.
Yeah, with the jump dust technique, it's actually really hard to miss it since it just... Oh my god, the damage that did just roll. Hello?
And I mean that's all she wrote.
Yeah, that's it. I need to get a little bit of water. So while we wait for the next set to happen, I'm gonna take a tiny bit of break. Everyone stay hydrated. GG's, that was a sick set.
Whew. HiWill Inno. That is some good Inno gameplay. Right, we got 2 more to go for the road. Next up on the schedule, NKellyy Baejinmay, Austrian Baejinmay player, versus Baejinmay from Russia. Recently, the Bounty Hunter's character distribution has been swinging from Goat Lewis oriented to much more Baejinmay oriented. We've had a lot of Baejinmay players coming in masse recently, whereas Goat Lewis players have been on the little bit on the, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? On the hush-hush. Now another player that you see on Bounty Hunters very often, NKellyy Baejinmay versus HDM, who only, I think they've played once on Bounty Hunters so far, sporting 1 win over a very strong player, albeit on a new character, Decapact Happy Chaos. Taking out Decapact, I would say, is a very nice accomplishment. Of course, Decapact more known for their Kai play. But not to take anything away from HDM, of course. This will be sort of a calibration match still for HDM to see where they stand. And what better way to test like how far you can take your game than against somebody we see on a very regular basis in terms of NKellyy. Damn, I keep going to the wrong slide. This one. Alright, and it is on. 2 more to go.
I'm very interested to see, again, as you were saying, NKellyy is someone who is here really often, so I'm very very interested to see every time they sign up, just, you know, what have they brought that's new, how are they evolving, and how are they doing.
Now 2 very explosive players, May definitely known for some of the highest combo damage in the game, but Baejinmay not too far behind. Especially from the air hits that you can score.
Oh yeah, those conversions of jumping slash into Yozansen that you can get, especially if you have meter to keep them going, can go not only really far, but also be a really solid, surprising amount of damage.
Ooh, I think that was a missed TK Yozan.
Ooh, the block gold burst realization on HDM on the PRC.
With the gold burst, recovers a little slower than the blue one, so missing the perfect punish. Is it front? Is it back? That is the question when the tether is attached after a throw. I mean, those are not the only options. That's the fucked up thing about Baejinmay. You can play left rights, you can play high lows, you can even play like empty lows throws. It's sky's the limit with, you know, what kind of mix-ups you want to play.
Solid punish on the jump heavy here. HDM trying to take their turn, but NKellyy still playing very masterfully around it all.
We go taking advantage. Oh, actually lands close enough to get a throw.
Gets another, just a regular throw here. Actually, that wasn't the command throw before. I was just confused them. They look very similar to me.
Same function.
Well, May's command throw in this game, you can still combo off of it, right?
Yeah. I think, you know, overhead kiss has usually been the command grab that you can combo into really big damage in pretty much every Guilty Gear. Making May potentially the most dangerous grappler in every single Guilty Gear game.
Yeah, definitely, especially since, you know, Wild Throw can be comboed off right now. There's definitely that risk.
Although I gotta say, because they buffed Potemkin Buster damage so far, that sort of doesn't hold true anymore. Alright, what's it gonna be?
I mean, a single Potemkin Buster does just about as much damage as a throw combo does in other Guilty Gear titles.
Yeah, it's like Potemkin Buster used to do something like maybe 1/4 or 1/3 at max. Now it just does straight up half your health. Alright, and NKellyy, 1 under their belt.
Solid start, solid showing, but HDM not too far behind. That was down to the wire already.
Good match there. Yozan. Oh, with a backdash.
Oh, jumping over with the BRC and going for the cross-up. Gets the burst out of HDM, gets the grab into the tether setup, crosses up. I got hit. I didn't think that was gonna cross up right now.
You know, you were talking about developing, and I think the biggest downsides that I've seen in NKelly's bike and play in the past has been, you know, sometimes dropping those crucial opportunities to go for mix-ups after a throw. They've just been on point this time around, so this is looking, again, another, you know, super improved NKellyy here. Nice backdash out, attempting to punish with an instant air dash.
Oh, gets the low, then the knockdown, runs in for a throw, hits same side, I think. HDM was expecting it to be a cross-up hit this time.
Oh my god, this is the most aggressive dash-in throw I've ever seen. HDM says no.
And the big whales just coming in to show what's what.
Alright, the tick. We go plus frames. Oh, the gold burst. Actually gets somewhat punished. Oh, that's so smart. Again, the instant air dash, Yozan tends to catch you, you know, trying to, like if you try to air throw them too late or pressing buttons too late, but that time, the button timing for HDM, absolutely perfect. It's definitely something that you shouldn't let Baejinmay players get away with murder too much. Dashing out of the, or air dashing out of the corner into the Yozan. But it kind of requires presence of mind to specifically counter that one option. You're like, all right, if you do it now, I'm ready for it. All right, throw into the corner, attach it. Oh, there was still crevice for a cross-up. This time HDM blocks the mix-up correctly, but
oh, gets hit by the TK Yozan-sen and gets the round taken.
Nice far slash, very decent button for Baejinmay. Too bad that a lot of other characters in this game also have pretty decent far slashes, so even like mediocre slash kind of nice far slashes can be overshadowed by better buttons.
For sure. Yeah, the slash button is super strong in general in Strive, I feel. Oh, that just barely didn't kill. Those Japanese guts really working in May's favor. Now HDM gets the grab, blocks the YRC.
And good escape from NKellyy. One more that has the 50 meter.
HDM on 1 HP and the Dream manages to bring the round to a close and go into a third one to try and get a point ahead.
Crisp air throw to start this momentum on this third round. Oh, but kind of luckily for NKellyy, HDM dropping the big combo. still ends up taking more than half of their life. Oh, that's an interesting hit. Getting anti-aired by the horizontal dolphin. Into the TK Yosen combo once again. One of the last opportunities for HDM to burst. Goes for it successfully. But now, how are we gonna escape here? By BPP, breaks out. Oh, NKellyy drifts straight into the throw.
Yeah, I think it was just a good like reaction moment from HDM where they just said, okay, you're gonna drift into me, and just responded with the throw into the RC to just take the round.
Yeah, it's often like a situation where you just have to commit to your option, usually the throw, when you see somebody drifting next to you, because your frames are slowed and a throw is like one of the only things that you can do, or backdash. But it kind of works same for the one who is drifting into the situation.
Another blocked YRC.
HDM has had a very nice intuition for not only the YRCs, but a couple of very nice burst baits as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Yeah,
although,
NKellyy just gold bursting a bit too far away.
Good check here, but doesn't manage to break out of the corner. The 5P is good, but in Strive, whenever you manage to land a hit, you gotta convert it. Simple jab isn't gonna go too far in this game. HDM grabbing their third win and looking to grow their momentum here. Ooh, good 6P.
Solid 6P.
Oh, that's very nice. Going with under with too heavy. Avoiding the beach ball completely. What's it gonna be? Oh, missed TK Yosan, I'm sure, once again. But NKellyy doesn't let the momentum go as easily. The 5PP converts. Running NKellyy's corpse towards the corner, plus frames out of the beach ball into a take throw. Is it gonna be enough? They're not quite building the 50 meter in time. Still anybody's game. NKellyy has so much meter to spend here. Is it gonna be enough?
Yeah, it is.
As long as you don't drop that last heavy kabari follow-up, you know, depending on the combo, that's one of the things that, like, I personally didn't like as much for bike and optimal combos. Depending on the weight class, they tend to be a little weird to land sometimes. The last finishing touch. The big throw here. And oh
Cross
my
up.
goodness.
Yeah, finds the hit.
Here we go, once again.
This time hits same side and HDM blocks it. Ooh. The far slash finding a hit, catching that dolphin, showing up. The BRC slowed down, but HDM with the 2K. Is that 2 or 3K?
I blinked and I missed. I think that was 2K. Oh, the big counter hit.
Yeah, that's the RPS you play with the H-Kabari is. NKellyy has shown the kind of strike throw possibilities of just walking forward and throwing, or just going for the follow-up, which is very minus, so I think just sometimes trying to hold it is very beneficial.
Yeah, they made a very Strive-like change to that heavy kabari, making it more minus, so basically punishable, but now on counter hit, it just fucking absolutely murders the opponent.
Yeah, and it's a really good combo continuation move in this game. Really solid catch with the TK Yosan sending this. Sending now back to the corner. Keeping the tether on. Going for the gold burst, which even on block removes the chain, but NKellyy was just ready, just waiting, and gets upon it.
That was so patient. You see how long NKellyy waited, that they completely committed to that burst bait.
I guess just trusting HDM to be too scared of just run up throwing because of how low their health was. Oh, solid block on the gold burst.
Alright, good trade for HDM, leading into this big combo. That's good. Actually be a kill. Yeah, there we go.
It is. Woo. Yeah, May damage. Always something else. Always a bit surprising. Solid grab now. Here comes a setup. Just a low cross up, and HDM just being able to hold it. And the Dolphins are coming for you.
Here we go, what's happening? Nice! Backdash out of the command grab. Oh, the footsies!
Yeah, just playing at distance with the H-Kabari, just preventing May from using the best option that she has at that range, which is the Dolphin to get up close.
Yeah, one of the few things that Baejinmay can actually play footsies with at really far range. Sort of an option that she didn't necessarily have access to in the past. Oh.
Another blocked YRC. I guess May is one of the better characters to debate these things, since naturally you want to be holding charge in between attacks, so if someone's just gonna YRC and you're holding charge and you're not in the recovery of the move, you're probably gonna be fine and bait the dead angle.
Yeah, the prevalent defending meta here seems to be sort of very YRC oriented. Both players opting to go for that as pretty much as they possibly can.
Or the slowdown into Yozansen doesn't really get anything off of it without neither, unfortunately. Unless you hit air to air, Yozansen doesn't combo on its own to interfere much more.
Oh, it's so hard to burst against.
Yeah, May in general is just so difficult to get those bursts off.
A little easier in this patch, but still, accidents happen. Another thought, juggle combo potential comes from the fact that she does bounce you pretty high up into the skies. Here's the plus frame into the low, no conversion. Oh, managed to get out, like, managed to go airborne there, completely negating the overhead mix-up, but in the end, HDM chases NKellyy down, grows their lead now, 2-game lead, 5-3.
Dude, still, this is still super doable for NKellyy. They've shown to be able to do some really dominant rounds, so I think it's just a matter of momentum here, more than anything.
Yeah, again, one of these games that comes down to, like, every RPS situation counts so much with these characters.
Oh, catching the backdash with the heavy Kabari. Now you're in the corner holding in against the Baejinmay mix. The fuzzy jump heavy goes out, but NKellyy doesn't fall for it. And this is exactly what I need now. If NKellyy just rides this momentum a little bit, that's already one game off of that lead.
Ooh, tried to snipe the startup of the ball. Not quite reaching. But speaking of momentum, this guy. Oh, nice escape!
Yeah, unfortunately, May a little bit too small to be hit by the cross-up Yozansen. But it's still kind of, doesn't hurt much to do it. Your opponent has to respect that hitbox. And now, whoa, really solid pickup there off of the straight hit on the vertical dolphin.
I'm actually surprised how ground-based HDM plays compared to many other May players, but it might be out of necessity because you are playing against Baejinmay, who is kind of scary to, meet in the air.
Yeah, it's really difficult to meet her in the air. It's where she really excels, because if you fail to deal with kind of an air Yozansen hit, you're getting like 40% at the very least, and a wall break done to you.
And I guess this is definitely one of the matchups where May can potentially, swing their good buttons around and come out on top. 2S, far slash, 5 heavy. All pretty decent buttons, with some of which have a decent amount of disjoint as well. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
there's the cross of Yosansen on the escape. And NKellyy just kept using it because, again, this situation can just happen. And there's not really that much of an incentive not to go for it. Oh, solid block. The super didn't connect, so NKellyy gets to go for the punish. It's still such good damage and a full bar of meter. This pressure can just keep going on until the hit is found. And there it is. There's a round.
I was actually surprised that NKellyy didn't spend any of that 100 meter on the 2 combos that happened earlier, but I guess they know the best and probably wasn't enough to, you know, seal the deal. In which case, saving the meter for your pressure is the better option. Oh, barely missing the cross-up TK Yozan. Sorry, the cross-up Yozan. HDM with a lot of meter. Wow, again! NKellyy really loves to test the opponents with that full-screen dash. But HDM...
finding the conversion, getting that Orca juggle. Now it's, again, round 3. And NKellyy, if they take this round, they equal out the score. Whereas HDM is trying to get to that set point situation.
Ooh, I get the conversion off of that! Oh,
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
That's just an up dolphin prediction on the jump. Oh, but Futsi is here. The H-Kabare hit starts this blender situation.
Ooh, the block swap. And you can see HDM got the ID from just block switching at this last moment, having predicted the original cross-up direction, but swapping at the last moment, as NKellyy did. Really good reaction.
That is so naughty for Baejinmay mix-ups. You block the initial mix-up, but then there's a second layer to the mix-up as well.
Yeah, and just like that, NKellyy equals out the scores. Again, as we were saying, it's such a nail-biter of a set, and what really matters is momentum right now, and that's what NKellyy has. But HDM keeps taking rounds still. They're just one good little sequence away from just getting ahead, as we're seeing right now.
Oh, if that wasn't reaction, that was brilliant. But still, NKellyy here. Oh, tries the 5D again. Which honestly ain't too bad, because HDM just needs one more hit.
Is that a 6B clashing with 5D? No, it's just a block. Okay.
What's the last hit gonna come from? Yo, what's
What a
up?
trade!
Guilty Gear, ladies and gentlemen. Instant overhead, no conversion, but that should be enough.
Yeah. Whew. What a comeback round for NKellyy. Having started in such a dire situation, being able to come back after the wall break and just taking it. Super impressive.
Oh, now we're starting to see the parries. Better late than never to bring another extra layer to the RPS.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, if you have a layer to bring in this far into the set, that's honestly almost the best time if you have a tool you haven't needed to use when it's a nail biter this close up, because introducing the extra mix layer so late can mean your opponent is unprepared. They're already kind of playing with how you've been.
Right. Not using a tool is also a sort of
doing?
conditioning your opponent.
Yeah.
Conditioning that, like, oh, I guess they're not gonna use that, huh? Oh, that's big damage. May, oh May, why does your anchor weigh so much?
Oof. Even Japanese guts don't help against May damage. There's the grab into HDM, going for set point now.
Is like, again, it was so close, but one good read from HDM landing that 70% combo just absolutely swings the momentum in their favor. Now, NKellyy has to avoid getting hit by those big combos. Just a couple more games. Oh, that is such a nice backdash catch. May 5K is honestly just such a premium tool for catching backdashes, because they go into cool combos like this. Depending on the character, I think you can just absolutely murder coast to coast. I think even meterless. I think I've seen some nutty conversions on Faust. Backdash on May 5k. Now where's it gonna come from? Ooh.
Oh, that was a fake out Yosen. I don't know if that was on purpose, but going from the fake out Yosen into the low, wild movement because of the tether now. Both of these players basically one hit away from winning or losing.
I think HDM kind of used the tether for their own mix-ups there a little. Oh, it's too far! Because they ended up in.
Oof. That was a nail-biter of a round.
And HDM now. Yo, from what direction? This is Guilty Gear. The burst is good, but that's a big
Jump
counter
heavy.
hit.
Yeah, that's a solid hit. And NKellyy, dangerously close, but we've seen bigger comebacks already this set. We've seen bigger comebacks just recently. And look at that, NKellyy getting the grab. Once again, converts off of the tether.
Oh no!
Does the fake out Yosen. Oh no, this is potentially a lot of damage.
Good escape, don't get
Good
stuck in the
6B.
corner. Oh, there we go! We're alive! At least for a while. Both players still need a little bit of work on their burst gauges, so potentially one big hit could seal the deal immediately here before the bursts come online.
And HDM on the commanding position already. Seems like they're gonna be able.
Oh, that's so much damage! I think that was like an unlucky bounce out of the corner. I think NKellyy might have died otherwise.
Yeah, the side swap I think is what made that combo not kill. Now NKellyy has the burst,
Oh my
immediately uses
goodness.
it for the gold burst, uses blue RC for movement. Solid conversion, that's so much damage for Baejinmay to be doing. But now,
Oh,
no.
Punish! Seeing the gold burst work, HDM goes for one of their own, but NKellyy was just a little too far to get in there on time to punish, and that's kind
the
of hard.
set.
Yeah.
Still, that was super well played from both parts. NKellyy not giving up until the very end. One hit away from losing the set, still putting out such a good showing. That was super sick.
Like the last 6-5 games were like absolute bangers.
Yeah, and to say, NKellyy was fairly behind and managed to pick up a lot of momentum and still play super well. So, shouts out.
All right, we got one more for the road. It's gonna be Anime Memes, the Russian player with the funky name. 5 out of 5. Facing off against none other than REDRaven Baejinmay.
Ooh. Very interested to see. I mean, we were talking about REDRaven at the start or just before the show started, that they seem to be falling into their own, playing Baejinmay as opposed to other characters that we saw them before. I remember seeing them on Testament closer to Testament's release and trying that out and experimenting that vibe.
Now, I do hope the connection here is alright. I was initially extremely concerned setting these guys up because this is like Morocco to Russia, one of the like most amount of landmass that you can have in the EMEA region. But supposedly they did a connection test and it was fine, so we get to have this high level match right here.
Yeah, very excited to see. I mean, I'm always down to see some Ino play. I love Ino. And I say that as she dies. But even still, it's just the first round and the first to 7 there. So many potential rounds to happen. Really solid gold burst there from REDRaven. Not even sure how that came out as a gold burst.
Already, like, comparing to a lot of other, players that you see, Anime Memes moves around so fast.
Yeah, I mean, making the most out of Ino's potential movement between hover dash, the variations, the dives, the stroke big 3, there's a lot of different stuff that you can do, and exploring that to its full potential is sometimes very difficult. Really solid RC into the air throw.
Oh, the double
Yeah,
jump!
the slowdown into the punish with the jump slash. Really nice from REDRaven. Good first game.
I think I saw the flash of anime memes revving up the 6P there. But good presence of mind from REDRaven. Reads it. Oh, speaking of reading stuff! Yo, what is this route?
No.
That was kind of cool. Drops it at the end though, but decent damage done already.
Yeah, but even still, enemy memes still in it. Playing, one thing I've noticed a lot, and that I learned playing Eno is that Eno's note in HCL, especially with the buffs that HCL has gotten in this patch, allow her to play such a varied game plan against different characters, and I think we're seeing a little bit of a hint of that on enemy memes right now. He's playing a bit more defensive zoning with the big projectiles. You know, again, note in HCL to just control space and not have to be forced to commit in.
Yeah, it is probably no secret that at those close mid-ranges, Baejinmay will have options to play. Baejinmay probably more of an infighter, whereas Eno can opt to play a little more spaced out, so...
Yeah, especially in this game, without the existence of YRC, as much as, you know, or well, in the same way as it did in Exert, as much as Eno just skips neutral with YRC in Exert, hold on. Oh, blocked gold burst, but no punish. Super low health here on enemy memes. REDRaven finds a hit with 5P.
That's another Strive classic, that the gold burst is just a little too fast to sometimes react to, especially if you're not at like your 2P range. At least you get to punish it. Here's a story from old heads. Gold bursts were not punishable in the past, so... I mean, at least with a strike. If you were in range, you could throw them, but...
Yeah. Throwing bursts in old Guilty Gear feels so good. It is one thing that I really miss now that I'm coming back and playing more Strive.
I think it's justified because like throws are, especially like air throws, are much weaker than they were previously, so give me back my soul stills.
It just feels nice to really, you know, the feeling of having your burst thrown. It's just it's a bad one.
Alright, a run back attempt from memes. Oh, doesn't manage to quite read the trajectory of REDRaven there.
Yeah, just the same thing that we just saw NKellyy do, escaping the corner with the IAD Yosansen.
Yeah, that's sort of like the layer 1 escape option I see from Baejinmay players. And indeed, it is a strong one. It sort of exploits your opponent not being quite on you know, quite not reading that option right away. And or exploiting your opponent.
And it can just caught you off guard. It can just catch you off guard because of how it hits cross-up. You can see here, enemy memes is trying to control space with the chemical loves and nodes, and REDRaven's playing fairly smart with the tatamis and just waiting out a little bit and then going in on the recovery.
Ooh, nice backdash.
Yeah, the biggest thing to note is that, again, Eno doesn't really have the advantage in neutral close up, but the moment you get a knockdown, you can loop her game plan quite a bit and just set up this disadvantageous situation.
And memes finding their first footing here on the board. This is where the real battle starts.
Oh yeah, after the first few rounds, when both players get a feel for one another, that's when you really start getting a lot of the big gameplay going. People playing not just in accordance to how the characters kind of match against one another, but starting to play thinking about what the player themselves is doing.
It's really like important that anime memes is able to sort of move around as well as they do, because like you don't want to be on like you don't want to be predictable in terms of where you stand on the screen. One instant air dash jump slash, even blocked from REDRaven, is gonna start very scary looking bike and offense.
Oh, really solid. The blocking the first strike into throwing before the projectile comes out on Fortissimo.
I like that. Not maybe the most hard-hitting punish, but REDRaven deemed that that was gonna be enough, so no need for difficult combos or anything. Ooh, perfectly spaced jump slash catches. Anime memes coming out of Stroke the Big Tree. And this is danger zone. The 5P catches backdash from memes and beats the burst as well. The barrage of good reach from REDRaven.
Yeah, REDRaven is definitely looking to be a little bit on the driver's seat right now. So Anime Memes is gonna need to start kind of picking up the momentum here, because again, like, you know, I feel like I always say this every time we have a show with her on. It's just, if you get into your opponent's rhythm and if you get momentum going, she can just dominate a set. But if you just kind of fall a little bit behind and let your opponent kind of dominate the pace, it's really hard for you to get in. Oh, solid punish on the attempted jump slash in.
Reversal super as an anti-air, that works.
Yeah, especially because of the... I mean, it essentially works like a DP, since it has the rising invulnerability.
And I think
just costs meter.
if you block that super in the air, you won't get a punish, right? Because you're air blocking probably the second hit as well.
Yeah, you're at least air blocking until you reach the floor, and even if you get knocked too far to have to block to automatically block the second hit, you're still going to be kind of too far away to get any meaningful punish. It comes up fairly fast, which is why a lot of people end up struggling with getting the punish down when they're starting to play against Eno.
You know, we've been talking about anime memes, this movement that, oh, hold that thought, that's a big counter hit, that might actually be the round.
Oh, and it will be because of the punish on the landing of the burst. I think REDRaven is just going for the guaranteed stuff, just playing good fundamentals here. Again, throwing the burst, not having to go for any more fancy of a punish.
That combo is kind of hard to burst in same-ish kind of way that May combos are hard to burst, because the jump D loop sort of plummets you backwards, pushes you away from the potential burst.
Another baited burst. Again, it feels like REDRaven is walking forward with the back direction held in.
YRC is good. Time to push the offense. That was a lot of meter spent by REDRaven, but
it found the kill, so you know that's what ends up mattering.
Yeah, I think that's a very good what's the word I'm looking for? Investment, especially when you're hunting for that last hit. That's when you bust out the options that prevent your opponent from playing at all. Ooh, into the low. The ever-looming threat of the TK Yozan overhead gives you an opportunity to score those 2Ds as well. Oh!
The 5P, just after blocking everything, just checking the slower options and taking out enemy memes. That's like really convincing lead on enemy memes right now. REDRaven's kind of running away with the set.
Yeah, I was about to say earlier, we've been talking about anime memes' movement, but in fact, REDRaven is really active on the movement department as well. Pretty much every single note that memes has been sending REDRaven's way has been just dodged and followed up by a really precise jump in.
It's not super easy. Again, Note can make your opponent's move very predictably a lot of times, and being able to avoid Note while still like, playing against what the Eno player wants you to do is a very difficult thing to do, and REDRaven seems to be able to kind of navigate that territory, which is really impressive. See a lot of strokes, a lot of low hits, just getting through. Look at all of that damage. Yeah, Inu can also combo for pretty big damage. This is Strive.
Oh, that was so cool. Spending 50 meter to get the opportunity to mix up, but Memes not quite riding the wave. Here's one more. Into empty low. Yeah, that's the gameplay. Now really important for Memes to get this round not to fall too much behind.
Oh, the really low, the very committal burst bait from enemy Memes, just maintaining the patience and getting rewarded for it. And again, this is again a very important round, as you were saying, because of what I was talking about in a previous set. I don't remember which, but it's sometimes, you know, not letting your opponent get to the match point scenario what really allows you to just keep your mental game strong to advance and get a comeback going.
And we are successful in performing that.
Yeah, I mean, if REDRaven had gone to 6 right now, that would be a 5-game advantage. And right now it's only 3 games. That's quite a bit of a difference. And enemy Memes can still afford to lose 1 in the process. So it's a lot better for kind of your stress levels, your mental state on a set. Tries to go for the note, but the REDRaven's moving so fast across the screen, gets the jump slash, punishing it. And now, oh wow, still gets so much ship damage, and then hits so far high up that enemy Meme still just was in blocks until REDRaven arrived.
Oh, nice backdash out of it, completely nullifying the potential pressure from REDRaven.
Oh no,
still good.
It's fine. Yeah, it doesn't get punished for it, but still just gets hit afterwards regularly.
The 2S from Baejinmay does still hit low enough to catch you out of Stroke the Big Tree. Ooh, very tricky to see.
Oh, catches a backdash. Very nice. Opts to go for the wall break because it wouldn't be sort of a wall slump scenario. And now, yeah, this is going to get blocked. Enemy Memes gets grabbed. Very close to taking the round, but REDRaven is now on the offensive, and this momentum is going to be very difficult to break. The reset will help.
Oh my god, that hits from so far away. Is that actually a kill? That's going to be so close.
It's very close. Oh no! Is this going to be a kill? No? Is REDRaven going to find the hit?
Clears the mix-up situation, and the dive!
There we go. Okay. Enemy Memes, so close. Still has one more round to get through, though, to keep going forward with this, with this win momentum. But it's rough.
Yeah, again, even when it looks like the note might be on the perfect course, Baejinmay just can like double up and go under with 2 heavy low profile frames. Nice check. But now, yeah, Stroke the Big Tree, very minus on block. And REDRaven is gonna go to the 6 points. Now Memes is gonna have a difficult path ahead of them. But considering the play so far, they can definitely do it. They just need to, yeah, they need plays like that for sure. That's the classic Daru burst bait.
Again, just going under.
I think another thing why Memes has potentially found difficulties pressuring REDRaven so far is REDRaven's very aggressive yet on-point defense. Introducing a very decent amount of, unique options such as parries, but also just having the, especially the 5-piece on point. Whenever Anime Memes is trying to go for pressure reset dashes. And here we arrive at the set point. REDRaven needs one more to close it right here. Let's see what Memes has to say about that.
Still it's technically not over, but this is definitely an uphill battle. It's being solid callback for the jump T, just preventing REDRaven from exerting more pressure. Goes for the command grab super. What?
That was so weird. I think REDRaven was able to actually see the startup of that throw during that blue RC.
Well, I'm very confused.
It's really peculiar situation because you shouldn't be able to jump out of that post flash. Then again, it wasn't like the flash didn't start yet, so I think REDRaven was already jumping pre-flash.
Yeah, I think it was just a very bizarre situation to witness. It just looks off, but there it is, REDRaven taking the set. Really solid play all throughout.
Yeah, it's great to see REDRaven with a little bit of, you know, success in terms of set wins. They've played so many very difficult top-end sets on Bounty Hunters as of recent and have come pretty close to taking one, but this is probably a very welcome W for our Moroccan high-level player here.